You were just a child. You did not deserve what happened to you. And somewhere in the middle of all that pain, you looked up at heaven and asked a question you were too afraid to say out loud. God, where were you? Today, we are going to answer that question. And I promise you, the answer is going to change something deep inside you. I want you to close your eyes for just a moment. Think back to that child, the one who cried alone at night, the one who learned to be quiet to stay safe, the one who grew up too fast because nobody was there to let them be a child. That child is still inside you. And that child has been waiting for someone to finally tell them the truth about where God was. Because here is what nobody told you. God was not distant during your pain. God was not indifferent. God was not watching from a safe distance while you suffered. He was right there. And I am going to show you exactly what he was doing from Scripture in a way that will make you see your entire childhood differently. There is a verse most people read quickly and move past. Psalm 56 verse 8. You have kept count of my tossings, put my tears in your bottle, are they not in your book? Read that slowly. God kept count. He counted every sleepless night, every tear, every moment you shook with fear, every time someone who was supposed to love you made you feel worthless instead. He counted them all. He did not look away. He did not lose track. He kept count. And then, he put your tears in a bottle. Not thrown away. Not forgotten. Not dismissed. Collected. Kept. Remembered. The God of the universe, who holds galaxies in his hands, also holds a bottle with your tears in it. That child who cried alone in the dark, God was there, collecting every tear, saying, I see you. I hear you. I have not forgotten you. But then comes the harder question. If God saw everything, why did he not stop it? This is the question that has kept people from God for years. And I will not give you a cheap answer, because you deserve the real one. The truth is, God does not force human beings to do right. He gave people free will, and some people used that free will to cause devastating damage to innocent children. That was never God's design. That was never God's desire. Ezekiel 18 verse 23 says, Do I take any pleasure in the death of the wicked, declares the sovereign Lord? Rather, am I not pleased when they turn from their ways and live? God grieves over what was done to you. He did not plan your abuse. He did not orchestrate your neglect. He did not design your pain. But here is what he did do. He stayed. When everyone else left, he stayed. When you were at your lowest, he stayed. When the person who was supposed to protect you failed, he did not leave the room. He stayed, and he collected every tear, and he said, This will not be the end of their story. There is something else I need to show you. Something I read that completely broke me open. Psalm 27 verse 10 says, Though my father and mother forsake me, the Lord will receive me. David wrote that. David, who became a king, who killed giants, who wrote half the Psalms, was also a child who was forgotten by his own father. When Samuel came to Jesse's house to anoint the next king of Israel, Jesse did not even call David in from the fields. He forgot his own son. He did not think David was worth considering. But God chose him. Not despite being overlooked, but perhaps, in some mysterious way, through it. Because David knew rejection. David knew loneliness. David knew what it felt like to be the child nobody thought mattered. And that is exactly why his psalms reach across thousands of years and still touch people who feel exactly the same way. Your pain did not disqualify you. It prepared you. Now I want to speak to something even deeper. Some of you are not just carrying your own wounds. You are carrying wounds that were passed down to you, patterns and pain that started before you were even born. This is what the Bible calls generational patterns. Exodus 20 verse 5, the sins of the fathers are visited upon the children. This is not God punishing you for what your parents did. This is God describing a pattern, a cycle of how unhealed pain travels from one generation to the next. Your parents may have hurt you, not because they were monsters, but because they were also wounded children who never healed. And their parents before them. And their parents before them. And somewhere in that long line of broken people, God looked at you and said, This is where the cycle ends. You are not just healing for yourself. You are healing for everyone who comes after you. But maybe you are sitting there right now thinking, if God saw everything, if he collected my tears, if he stayed, why do I still feel so broken? Because healing is not the absence of scars. Healing is the transformation of what those scars mean. Isaiah 61 verse 3 says God will give a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of joy instead of mourning, the garment of praise instead of a spirit of despair. instead of, not in addition to the ashes, not alongside the mourning. Instead, God does not just patch the wound, He transforms it into something that carries beauty. But that transformation requires something from you. It requires you to bring your wounds to Him instead of hiding them. It requires you to stop performing, stop pretending you are fine, and finally tell God the truth. I am not okay. What happened to me hurt me deeply, and I need you to heal what I could never heal on my own. That prayer is where healing begins. So let me answer the question we started with. Did God watch you suffer and do nothing? No. He watched you suffer and He wept. He watched you suffer and He counted every tear. He watched you suffer and He stayed when everyone else left. He watched you suffer and He kept a record, not to shame you, but to remind you that your pain was never invisible to Him. He watched you suffer and He began preparing a redemption for your story that you cannot yet fully see. And He is watching you right now, in this moment, as you carry wounds you were never meant to carry alone. He is saying the same thing He said to every broken person in Scripture. Come to me all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11 verse 28. Not, fix yourself first and then come. Not, heal on your own and then approach me. Come as you are, broken, wounded, confused, angry. Come exactly as you are. If this message reached you at exactly the right moment, if something in these words touched a wound you have carried for a long time, go to the comments and write this. God saw me. God kept my tears. I am not forgotten. Write it even if it feels hard to believe right now. Write it as a declaration of what you are choosing to trust even before you fully feel it. And if you want more messages that help you heal from the inside out, biblically, honestly, without pretending the pain was not real, subscribe to Faith Harbor. Because here, we do not pretend wounds do not exist. We bring them to the one who heals them.